Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Sion Rhodes. A search for answers. The Texas House Committee on the Uvalde school shooting officially releasing a report on its preliminary findings in that massacre that left 21 dead. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, 376 responders from various agencies were on scene that day, including Border Patrol agents and state police. The police response has been criticized in the aftermath, and this new report details specific failures by law enforcement. KPRC 2 investigator Robert Arnold in Uvalde for us. And Robert, that committee also releasing a 77-minute-long surveillance video today.
Yes, the so-called hallway video. This report, though, is one of the most detailed to date about exactly what happened, not just with the police response to this mass shooting, but also what was happening in the shooter's life prior and leading up to the day of the shooting. This report was compiled by the House Investigative Committee. The members of the committee right now are holding a news conference inside the Uvalde Civic Center. We'll get to that in just a moment. First of all, I want to go through, after going through that report, there were a couple of very key points. One, the committee members wrote that there was a bit of an atmosphere that something like this could not happen in Uvalde. Nothing this dreadful could happen in a small, tight-knit community. To that end, they say things like doors being unlocked when policy required them to be locked were not uncommon. In fact, they mentioned that 3 of the exterior doors to Robb Elementary on the day of the shooting were unlocked. They also mentioned that classroom doors are to remain locked at all times. But again, they found that it was not uncommon for those doors not to be locked. In fact, specifically room 111, where the shooting, much of the shooting took place, apparently the lock on that door did work, but it took some finagling to get it to lock. According to the report, the teacher in that room had reported multiple times that there was trouble getting that door to lock, said that he was told by administrators the request had been put in. But yet, when this committee drilled down and looked for any kind of work order or paperwork as to whether or not someone had actually submitted paperwork to fix that lock, they could find no such paperwork. Now, let's move on to the police response. Specifically, a lot of the criticism has focused on the Uvalde Independent School District Police Chief, Pete Arredondo, and previously, the chief has made statements that he did not consider himself the incident commander. The report addressed that today. According to the House committee report, Chief Arredondo actually wrote the school district's active shooter plan, and that plan did call for him to be the incident commander. That did not happen. The report also questioned why none of the other 376 law enforcement officers who arrived on the scene that day questioned who was in charge, why was no one was in charge, should we set up an incident command? And they said that just led to chaos and what they called systematic failures throughout. Now we're going to go back into this news conference. We're going to have a full report for you coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. But meantime, on click2houston.com, we have a link to this report as well as much more information. Reporting live from Uvalde, Robert Arnold, KPRC 2 News.
A lot coming out that's probably little comfort to those families. And we know, Robert, those families indeed did meet with the Texas House Investigative Committee today to get their own copies of the report. Many parents and mourners disappointed in the findings and say someone needs to be held accountable.
I don't understand how this could happen. I mean, this has been going on. This is not the first one. This is many of multiple shootings.
I just want them to serve time too. I feel like they would just waited in the hallway until he was done doing what he was doing.
This report comes nearly 8 weeks after the massacre.